Hey cousins. Okay, so I just got this very weird. I wouldn't say it's weird. It's just an oddly random download. Okay, um, so I'm picking up on a feminine energy here. And let me just preface this by saying if I'm picking up on something, it's because this person is in my energy. Okay, it's not because I'm sitting here trying to universe, spirit, source, divine, what's out there, what do I need to know, like some random person's energy. That's not how this works. It's because this person is in my energy. Okay, they're connected to someone that I'm energetically connected to, or something like that. But I'm picking up on a feminine energy who lies excessively. Okay, like excessively. This is a habitual, pathological liar. Um, but she's targeting you, and she's lying about you and who you are. It's like a smear campaign. They're trying to spin some type of narrative about you that is completely false. They're saying that, and this may not be like present, like it has been said, but it's something that they bring up frequently, and people are starting to notice this. But she's called you a prostitute, she's called you a whore, she's called you a user, a gold digger, an opportunist, those type of things. But everything that she says about you is, I'm getting, it's a projection. So she may not be these things, but she has embodied some of these characteristics of the things that she says about you. Okay, let's just put it that way. I'm picking up on someone who would be considered like a black widow. I don't know if this woman has actually been married, but I do feel like she's been married because I was hearing husband. Um, but take that how it applies, if it applies. Um, she's a black widow type of character where um, she's alone now. Okay, I do see her alone, but she's very resentful because she sacrificed her her life goals and her own dreams. Okay, sorry about that. So yes, so she feels very resentful. And again, it's a projection because she feels resentful towards you because you appear to be someone who is very goal oriented, kind of out here just living your life. You're full of optimism, things like that. Um, you feel you she I'm like she sees you as someone who's very unencumbered by obligation, is what I'm hearing. Anyway, but it's a projection because she did feel like Jesus. I know what's going on here. This energy does not want this message out, but I would not have gotten this message if it was not supposed to be expressed. Okay? So she has sacrificed her goals and her dreams, and she's very resentful about that. And she projects that onto you, okay? Um, what I've picked up on is that it could be where she had a husband, her husband may have had an affair, and there was a baby that resulted from that affair. And this is something that the community knows, but it's kept very, very hush. It's either like the community, and when I say community, it's going to be like family members, church, like, and I am getting like there was a picking up and moving away from a particular community to keep this information, this baby, this affair, um, under some type of wraps. Hush, hush. Okay, say hi to Cheerio. Um, this particular child, um, and I'm getting that it is not an only child. Okay, this child has siblings, so the feminine and the husband share children together, but this particular child is the result of an affair. Now, she has coddled this child to keep them away from the lie, all right, or to keep this child under their control or under her control. Now, she either actually hates this child and resents this child and tolerates them because they're the product of the husband's affair and it's all a big lie or whatnot. Or two, there is now either, and let me backtrack. The husband either had an affair or she had the affair. But two, she either hates this child or she has like an emotional, like incestuous relationship with this child because they are the product of her affair, okay? And which would be with the one that she actually loves, the person that she had an affair with, she would consider the actual love of her life. And so this child would be the product of that. And that's why there's like this extension of that through the child that cultivates this kind of emotional, incestuous type of connection, okay? Now, this person, like, she had to give up this love of her life because of like some type of tradition or expectations, some type of religious beliefs. And it's really weird. It's like, so you had an affair, you consider yourself religious or traditional and upholding certain obligations and expectations, but you had an affair, but you can't be with this person because of the same reasons, the tradition, the expectations, the religious beliefs. Okay, makes no sense. But she basically lies on you and projects towards you because of the connection that you have with this particular child of hers. Okay, she recognizes the love between you and this child, this person, and it triggers her. Okay, it triggers something within her. It either triggers what she knows to be true about her husband's affair, how he was truly in love with the person that he had this child with, but he stayed in the marriage because of the same reasons: tradition, obligation, expectations, religion, all of that thing. So this is something very big within this community, okay? Or two, because of the emotional incest she exhibits with this child, you come across to her as some type of competition. So we've seen, people have seen that crazy mother-in-law who gets in the way. She becomes the third party in a relationship, and that's just so weird to me. But anyway, you're basically triggering a wound that stems back to her own rejection from, again, one, the husband actually having an affair with someone, having a child with someone, or this particular child that you were in partnership or connection with, or having to forfeit the love of her life. And you and this child of hers having what she recognizes as the love, that type of love, that eternal love. So